as a presenter, don't make these 4 big mistakes. You want to be a great presenter? Well, you got to stop making these particular mistakes. The reason why I'm telling you this is so you're not boring, you don't flop. I hope your audience loves your presentation. So let's warn you of what other people do that they don't even know is a really, really big mistake. Let's help you be a great presenter. Okay, first thing you got to do, as a presenter, you got to realize you are not the rock star. Even though you're up front, even though you're the one teaching, you are not the rock star. Who is the rock star then? It's the students. It's the audience. You always make the audience the rock star. You make it all about them. They're the one who wins. They're the one who's going to have progress. You celebrate them. And as much as they want to give you applause, you turn it right around on them going, give yourselves a big round of applause. Boy, you can tell a big difference between people who need their ego all built because they just soak up all the applause and they take it from the audience. But I think what a presenter ought to do is have the people give themselves a big round of applause and keep turning all the attention back to the students so that they are the rock star. You are not the rock star. I don't care how much you love being up in front of people, get that title off of you so that the students feel appreciated. Okay, number 2 on making the mistakes is you're talking over their head. I see people use too big of words, too fancy of words, too complex. The more complex your presentation is, you lose people. And I know you think it's really fun to be able to dazzle the audience, right? With all your smarts and all your woohoo, all the good things you know. But really what works is when it's simple, down to earth, and doable. Simple, down to earth, and doable. You know, they can get on the internet and learn information. They did not have to come to your event. They did not have to listen to you. But what they're hoping you're going to do for them is you're going to simplify things. Be able to put it into actions. Be able to put it into doable steps. So as long as you're talking over their head, you could be dazzling them, but you're also losing them. Don't make that mistake. Okay, next mistake is this right here. A presenter who does not allow the audience to ask questions, wow, you're missing out on a major gold nugget moment. The reason why as a presenter that's a golden moment is because you get to learn what you didn't cover. Because when the audience asks questions, you start to realize some things you left out or you didn't even think about teaching. And what that does is it helps expand your understanding of what the audience wants. So on one side, you learn from the audience from their questions. On the second side, because you're willing to let them ask questions, it shows confidence. And it also shows expertise. And so the audience is so grateful they get to get clarification. So you're going to win from this, they're going to win from this. And you don't want to miss out on a Q&A time. But the audience loves it when they get to ask questions and clarify the information you just taught, or to expand a little bit more in a particular area of the information you shared. But new presenters tend to completely avoid the Q&A time, and they just don't do it because they think, oh my gosh, what do I do if I don't know the answer? If you don't know the answer, you just say, I don't know the answer to that. And then you move to the next question. You don't have to know everything to do a Q&A. But when you start to do a Q&A and you keep doing it over and over, in different presentations, you're going to get really good at it. And you'll learn the people, and the people will love you because people like to have clarification on what it is that you taught. Okay, this next one, another mistake that they make is poor eye contact. It's like when you're teaching and you're looking over the top of the audience. You're not even looking at the people. You're staring at the back wall. What, is the wall more important than the people, right? You don't do that. You look right at the people. You look at the people in the front, you look at the people in the back, you look at the people in the middle. You look at the people. And every person you look at in the audience is going to feel like you're talking right to them. It just takes your presentation to a whole level of being personal. After some of my presentations, what happens is people will walk up and they're like, hey, you were looking right at me. I could tell you were talking to me. And I love that part. I love that they feel that personal connection from me so that they know I care about them. But yeah, don't do the thing where they say, where people say, oh, just stare at the back wall. We all know where the back wall is, and there's no people that tall. And so we can tell when you're staring at the back wall. And then we start to realize you're not even talking to us. All you're doing is you're data dumping. Look at us. We're the audience. Look right at us. Make us feel like we're human. Because if I can feel like I'm human and you're talking to me, I'll listen to what you're saying. But if you look at the back wall, I'm not going to listen to you, because then you're just data dumping. So you look at the audience. Here's a tip about eye contact, though. I saw a guy do this once, where he looked to the people over here, and then he looked to the people over here, and then he looked to the people over here, and he's jerking his head back and forth like this. It looks really silly. So you don't jump from one side to the other side. What you do is you look at the people over here, then you slowly move to the next people over here, and then you slowly look to the people over here. And so you work your way across the room. And so my governing rule is about every 4 to 5 sentences, I shift to another section in the room. Not clear to the other side. You kind of work your way through the audience about every 4 or 5 sentences. And you really look at one person in the audience and talk to them for 4 to 5 sentences. It causes that person and everybody in that section to feel that personal connection. So don't make the mistake of doing poor eye contact. No, don't do that. It makes you look like a newbie. It makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. Okay, 4 mistakes you got to just cut out. Stop doing these things so you can look great. Okay, presenters, well, let's continue a great thing here. And if you would like to have some additional training, well, go check out my website and look at the course called Present Yourself. It's a 3-day training class where I will train you how to raise those presentation skills. And of course, subscribe. Every bit of information I'm putting on this YouTube channel is going to help you be a great presenter. Content, understanding, mindset, it's beautiful. Subscribe. And then also, really seriously check out Present Yourself. I'd love to see you there to raise your skills to that next level.